I think it's extremely exciting that enfortumab vedotin is getting approved for refractory bladder cancer. If we think back of the history of the treatment of bladder cancer, chemotherapy did demonstrate responses. There was about a 5% long-term survival with chemotherapy in frontline patients. And up until recently, we had no new agents to treat patients once they failed chemotherapy. Then checkpoint inhibitors came along. About 1 in 4 patients respond to checkpoint inhibitors. So there's still a huge unmet need to treat patients with metastatic bladder cancer. And this is one of the voids that enfortumab vedotin fills. 40% of patients will respond to this drug, and 40% of patients with areas that have been difficult to treat in the past, such as liver metastases, will also respond. Bladder cancer is an extremely aggressive disease. There are really 2 forms of bladder cancer. There's the type that sits on the epithelium or the lining of the bladder, but once the bladder cancer invades into the muscle, then the disease changes. It's more aggressive. It can spread to other areas. There are lymphatics and other blood vessels that can carry the tumor to other distant sites. So it's an aggressive cancer. In the past, if a patient failed primary chemotherapy, their survival was 6 months. So, with the approval of these new drugs, we're going to see a considerable improvement in that outcome. The drug was approved on an accelerated approval basis. So that means the FDA thought that there was an unmet medical need. And we did a phase 2 trial of about 100 patients for this particular approval. There is a larger phase 3 trial that is being run that will hopefully confirm the data that we're seeing with enfortumab that got its accelerated approval. So that trial is ongoing, and we hope to see the results of the trial within the next year or 2. The real driver for me is seeing patients are able to live longer and live well. I'll give you an example. We have a woman that we've been taking care of since 2016. She had an extremely aggressive urothelial cancer. When she had her kidney out, and this is in the lining, she had 28 positive lymph nodes. She went on immune therapy afterwards because her cancer came back within a month. She had disease in the liver, which is the hardest to treat. After her cancer got worse on immune therapy, we put her on enfortumab vedotin. She's been on that drug for 3.5 years. She's active, she's a real estate agent, she's selling real estate, she's working. So this to me is the satisfying part of it. People being able to live their lives when otherwise they didn't have a chance.